Morning. Hope you're doing good, Rose. I'm okay. I slept pretty good. My neck feels better today. And yeah, well on my way to 50 now. Hey, passerby. Cool. That sounds like fun. Stick around, it gets weirder. Why not? What do you mean, why? How old are you? What kind of question is that? Look around you. Art is a reflection of life. Art is a reflection of the world around us. The world is weird. The world is wonderfully weird. You just gotta look at it with your different eyes, I guess. I don't know. That's an answer for you to figure out, my friend. Until then, I'm just here to show you the way and show you that it's possible, at least, even if you don't like it. Weird is good. Stagnant will kill you. Stagnation will kill you. That's why. There's a million reasons why. Because I'm alive. Because this is what I've been doing since I was born. I do it for you. I do it without you. Why? It's 5:20 where I am. I just woke up at 3 o'clock. I have to work at 10 o'clock. I'm out here drawing. I don't know why. And I don't care why. That's not the question that I have to answer. For myself, anyways. Why climb a mountain? Why build a boat? Why read a book? Why drink water? Without art, we'd all be dead. Without art, we wouldn't have civilized. Why is the meaning of life? Or well, art is, I guess. I'm going pretty deep. I think it's the mescaline. It's finally kicking in. It's been 3 days. Jeez. Back in the 90s, when somebody said why, we just said, why ask why? Try bud dry. That was like the funniest thing to say ever. And then the second time you said it, it lost all of its meaning, oddly enough. I'm trying to find a good Sharpie here. They're all dead. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I think I've killed them all. I think I just answered that question. Everything really, you know. It's pretty much the same thing as why. I don't mean that as an insult. Because I ask these questions myself, my friend. I've been trying to figure out why people do it, and I've never gotten a straight answer really, except that we just have to. People get inspiration from going out into the, I think they call it plein air painting and stuff. You know, like Van Gogh would go out and paint. You know, artists will go out into the wilderness. I've done it, and just like paint a scene or just go out and draw even outside. Get inspiration from nature. A lot of people get inspiration from life experiences, I guess. A lot of artists are just comic book artists that paint and do this kind of stuff in their spare time or something. So they do art for a living here, but in their spare time they do this over here or something. You know what I mean? Me, I just do it because if I don't, I feel dead inside, and that inspires me every day. I know death is coming, so it inspires me to do more and more and more, and to finish pieces before I go. I feel like I'm living on borrowed time. I used to feel it a lot more, but lately I've been giving into life and being more grateful and stopping to smell the flowers. Do you draw? Do you make art? I don't understand what you're saying, my friend. I'm sorry. I don't. Evil inspired you? Buck evil? I don't know what that means. See, I draw sometimes, but I'm an artist all the time. And I've finally learned how to integrate with that and sort of become like who I was destined to be. It's not much, but it's something to go by for now until something else comes along. And it's given me a confidence that I never knew existed. And it has literally changed my life and changed me from the inside out very recently. And I've become a much more in tuned individual. to where when people write things or say certain things, I can almost tell exactly what they're trying to say without them trying to say it out loud. Sometimes. Because it's hard to draw and then try to decipher what people are trying to say in the chat without them being crystal clear. Which I think is just like kind of the respectful thing to do. Because I see evil up there and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Evil inspired me. Because that's kind of like borderline crossing some kind of line with me, my friend. If you want to articulate what you were trying to say, I'd be happy to hear it. I had sketched out a leg in here somewhere, but I don't know if I want it there. I almost want it like Indian style, like cross-legged or whatever. Do they still say Indian style, like sit Indian style? I don't think they probably say that anymore. They said that as kids. I don't even know what the hell that means. Like Native American sitting, or I don't know. It was the 80s. I guess it's cross-legged now. For some of us, it's tripod-legged, but you know, that's a different story. Different channel. Different channel for a different time, I suppose. Sorry, I'm listening to Devo and I have to stand up for this one and kind of like dance around the room. Might have to turn it up. Oh, that's better. That's better. Gets my go. So not gonna articulate that comment, mountain rides? Okay, fair enough. Thanks, Louisville. Appreciate your comment. Clear and articulate. Gosh. Maybe this one's new. Nope, that pen sucks. Oh, maybe my backpack. Where's my backpack? Oh, maybe. Hmm. No, not there either. Oh my gosh darn dang. There we go. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Maybe it's the paper. I mean, it's actually like matting board, you know. But oh shit, you're not supposed to see that one. This is another one I'm working on. I work on them simultaneously. And to answer my question, this one is pure evil. This one came from pure evility. There's this town in California called Evil, and I lived there for about all my life. And yeah, it's just pure, unadulterated, very, very thick evil. And this one, not so much. This one's more, I don't know, a little bit playful, a little bit fun, a little kind of cute. I mean, look at that little donkey man. He's just a little donkey person with nipples. Can't go wrong there. Unless you run into him in a dark alley on the way to work, early in the morning, and the mist is still glowing from the moonlight. Other than that, it's pretty cute. Oh shit! I'm taking off the headphones. That way, I'm not screaming into my phone. I tend to talk louder when I have music blaring in my ears, so I'll talk quieter now. And then everybody's like, "I'm out, dude. This sucks." A possum would be cute. That's funny because like last night, I was talking to somebody about uh, yesterday. So on my, it was the craziest. I had a really weird morning. So it was like my birthday yesterday, and I was sitting at I was going to work. I was sitting at an intersection, like one of the busiest intersections in my town, and there are plenty of deer around here. Don't get me wrong. So it's not like I'm not unaccustomed to seeing them, but I'm sitting at the light. There's tons of cars around me. It's morning kind of traffic and whatever. It's like 8 in the morning, and I'm going straight through this busy ass intersection. And halfway through the intersection, this big old fat buck slams into the left hand side of my freaking car. And then all of a sudden I slam on my brakes and he like fumbles, he like goes over my hood and like disappears over my hood. And I slam on my brakes and I was like, please get up, please be okay, please be okay. And because I was going kind of fast and it made a hell of a noise, like it was crazy. And he like got up and he like looked at me and I was just like, what the? And he like his legs were fine and everything, you know. So then he like ran off, and then all of a sudden I realized that I was like in the middle of like a swarm of deer, God, what movie does that remind me of? I think it's like The Ring or something like that. When she's out in the woods, when it just this buck just slams into the side of her car, and then they all start. I think it's The Ring too. But but it was insane, and it was just like in broad day, and like 50 cars were right there, and I just was like looking at all these cars around me, like, what do I do? Like I just slowly kept going, and then when I finally got to work about I don't know 45 minutes later or something, I looked at there's like a little teeny dent where he like thankfully like it's not bigger because that means he's not wasn't hurt as much but he looked good. I just was so I was more worried for him than anything. But anyways, that was crazy. It was a crazy way to start the morning. I'd never even. But anyways, you reminded me of that because we were talking about it uh, uh, at work, and somebody said, "Oh, I've never hit an animal before," and I said, "When I was 15, I had no choice. We were talking about when you're on the road and like there's a car coming or there's something going on where you just have to drive straight over something and you have no choice. It's either that or like kill people, you know." And I had to make that decision once. Not that anybody would have been like seriously hurt maybe, but I was going across a bridge. I was with my brothers and like I think my older sister, and they were all drunk and stuff and high. And I was probably a little bit stoned too, but I was like the only one that hadn't been drinking. So they were like, older brothers like were like, "Fucking drive, Sean, fucking drive, dude, fucking drive," and just like peer pressured me into like driving. Then we were out to the river to hang out. It was like 9 o'clock at night. This is in Northern California, and we are going to the Sacramento River. And we were crossing this little teeny bridge out in the country. And I was a horrible driver. I couldn't even like drive stick, and I was driving my sister's little diesel, like BMW diesel thing. It's like diesel gas. It took diesel gas, but it was like this little teeny, four-door car thing. But it was so such an awful loud car. Um, shit, drinking some coffee. Um, but anyways, we're crossing this bridge, and it was like I said, it was nighttime. So I saw a car coming, and I knew that area well. So I knew that the bridge was a one way. And sometimes people like it was kind of a two way, but you had to but you had to be careful. And a lot of people didn't understand that. They just like would go right up to it and just zoom right through it. A lot of people that were locals would wait for the other person like respectfully. But this I was going up to it thinking the person might wait. So I was in the middle in a sense. But they didn't. They came up onto the bridge, and then I realized that there was a possum on the bridge. And all my brothers and my sister somebody was in the front seat, and they were like yakking at me, and they're all like laughing and yelling and stuff, and it was like super distracting and stressful. And I was only I think I only had my learner's permit. I was like 15, and I saw this possum, and I was like I was driving straight, and this car came onto the bridge, and I was like, oh, because I was like, shit, I can't even like do anything, and all of a sudden I just had to make that choice, like go straight or swerve and go off the bridge or hit the freaking car. Obviously there's no choice. So I had to drive straight over the fucking possum. And I remember it just haunts me. It haunts me because I looked back. I shouldn't have looked back. But I felt it, obviously felt it. Hit him or her, whatever. And this was probably back in Jesus, like 1995 when I was 15. But I remember looking back, and because of the way my brake lights and the car that had just passed me were, I could see it really well, like the silhouette of it, and it was just like I don't even want to think about it. It's crazy how much that even like makes me still feel to this day. But it was just like writhing and dying probably, and stupid. Just feel bad. But I see a lot of roadkill around here, and like I always am like when I drive through the hills around here, because there's really like twisty turny hills on the way to the coast and stuff, and like little mountain ranges and valleys and stuff. But anyways, lots of deer this time of year as well. And I've seen tons of roadkill like on the way to the ocean and stuff. I go to the ocean a lot. And so I'm very cautious out there. But, as much as can be, kind of. People will get on your ass if you're going like 10 miles. I'll be going like 5 miles or 10 miles over the speed limit, and people are still riding me like I'm going like 20, in the school zone or so. I'm like, come on, god dang, there's like, I don't want to go around a corner at 80 miles an hour and hit a freaking buck, that's for sure, but I don't want to hit anything or hurt anything. But when I'm by myself, when I'm out there driving, I'll just like honk my horn a lot. Like when I'm going around corners, I'll just honk my horns like really loud. Loud. Like I can control it. I'll honk my horns like kind of quietly. I'll whisper my horns a little bit. No, there's a reason they call them horns. But no, I'll sound the alarm kind of just hoping that it'll distract. Man, because there's been a few times when I have seen them and people or people nearly hit them, and I'm just like, oh my god, because they're like everywhere. And I like deer. I think they're really cool. They're majestic. I love possums too, actually. Sorry, I got way off topic, I think. Oh, that's all you said. That's right. Okay, cool. I'll let you. Hey, Adriana. How are you? Happy November 14th. Summertime in Australia. Who would have thought? I've been down here for 17 years, and I've still yet to see a summer. I mean, it only ever gets to about 66 degrees. It snows a lot. I never knew. Of course, I'm just on an island. The island moves a lot and does weird things. There's these people. We call them others. 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 Came and stole our babies the first night we were here, but it's all good. We get along. We've been tracking them down, building canoes and stuff. There's this big guy. He likes the guave. He knows how to make a mean guave. Had a simple syrup too, very simple. Just honey right out of the trees. We pop a little cork in there. You got honeydew guava for days, friends. Mangoes, anything you can think of. That's pretty much it. Mangoes and guava. That's all we got on this island. But it's like hop, skip, and a jump from Aussie Town. That's what we call Australia land. The home of Mexico's finest warriors. That's what they told us once upon a time, and I believed them. I believed them. Folk tales, friends. You can survive off them, but they taste like shit. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be going to the ocean this morning. I work in a place, little pet shop. Little pet shop in a little town called Cambria. Little town called Cambria, and little state called that's a big state actually. A big old state called California. The state the size of frickin' Texas. Half of it's gonna go to the ocean too when the flat earthers take over. We gotta be careful. Can't let them take over. They're gonna set the San Andreas Fault on a collision course with its fate, my friends, and we gotta be there to stop it. I, for one, have no idea what I'm talking about, but I like to think I do. And I think you do think that I like to think you. What? I'm sorry. I'm what? Friends, I am just as confused as Whistling Willie on a Pete's boat made of soap. Oh. Over here, I know there's a backpack over here somewhere. Gotta be a backpack in here somewhere. It's just gotta be. Oh, golly gosh darn dang. I did that. Oh my good. Well, I didn't find a backpack. Sorry, I'm looking for a pen. I need to buy a new box of Sharpies. Sharpies, my friends, the only ink worth its stink. You can take that to the bank. And you can give me credit if you want. I take cashier's checks. I have a cashier's check written to me by John F. Kennedy. He signed it back in, when was it, 1959. He signed it with his left wrist as opposed to his right and his middle wrist, which means, holy moly, friends, it is worth quite a mint. Again, no idea what I'm talking about, but still, I'm just rolling with it. If I don't roll, there's no pull. If there's no pull, there's no give. If there's no give, there's no sieve. So everybody just chill out. Let's just hang out and drink from the sieve. It's kind of gross. This pen's okay. I don't know where I think my backpack is inside. It makes me nervous thinking about where my backpack is because I like my backpack. It's my friend. It's the only friend I had during my younger years. They made a television show about it and everything. It was called The Younger Years. What would you do if YouTube copywritten my videos all the time? Because I can't. Yeah, I don't like this pen. Ow. That hurt me more than it hurt the pen, believe me. God dang it, I deserved it. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Seriously, that's my bad hand. That's the hand I called the ghost. Oh. Man, what a drag. I don't understand where my pens went. Oh, I could probably have one. Hold on a second. The third drawer down. Second star to the right. Here we go. Here we go. No? Ooh. Hey. Pigmented. This might work. Ow, shit. It just pinched me. Okay, hold on. This is gonna be a major disappointment. One second, hold on. Oh, fuck, man, that really did hurt. I should be wearing my stupid wrist thing. Ow, darn it. Oh, look at that. Looks like a little... I don't know what the hell that looks like. Some kind of little face. I just gotta test the pen. Let's see. Hey. It actually kind of works. I've gotta test the pen. Gotta make sure it works. There we go. Remember, folks, when you're drawing, make sure the pen, it works. And then you could have all sorts of fun. Hi, Sammy. I hope you're doing good. Hello, my friend. I know, craziness, Jazzy Willis. Isn't it neat? What is he even trying to say with this piece, anyways? I come out here every morning, and every night there's something different. Because every night and every morning, I'm different. Because every day is a new day. A day to be somebody else. A day to be something else. Maybe even right some wrongs. That's what I like to do, is right some wrongs and sing some songs. And then one of my songs, it goes like this. I like to sing some songs while I draw with my friends on YouTube. My friends are there. Everywhere my friends are there. Here we are. Hi, everybody. Yay! I'm 4 years old again. Wait, what does an orange taste like? I have questions. I have lots of questions. What is the world? What does it all mean? Why? Just one question. Why? That is the question, isn't it? Whoa, hi, how are you doing? Did you already gonna answer my question? Which question is that? The question about why. Why what? Why? Why no? Why everything? Why not? Why? Well, son, I think you're on the right track. I think you should just keep on asking that question. Every time somebody says something, just say, why? Just say it just like that sound. Why? Why? Yeah, I like the sound of that. Why? No, no, no. You're saying it like Hawaii. Like you're saying it like, like people like would traditionally say Hawaii. You know, don't say it like that. Say why. One word. Try it. Try it again. Why? That was much better. Much better. It's gonna take some practice, but I think you're on the right track, kid. Keep it up. Thank you. Where you going? He's gone. Oh. All right, friends. Time to name that person because I have no idea. If you can tune in, if you can gobble into my tune camera and stuff, we will find out who he is as he's leaving the house, and you can identify him for me and call the cops. Later, stranger.
Bye bye.
Oh, he seems nice though. Maybe give him a 5-second head start. No. I was just trying to make you guys happy. I was just trying to make you laugh. And you left. Sarah from Rochester, you were watching for 26 seconds. And you left. Probably to go do your hair or let your dog out. Either way, you left me. You left me hanging, Sarah, from Rochester. That's okay. I probably deserved it. But I know I didn't, so, Sarah, I'm coming for you. I'm gonna book a plane ticket to New York. If anybody else wants to go, I could use them. I could use the airfare. Can't quite afford it myself. You don't have to go. You can just pay. You can just pay my way, and I'll just go. Speaking of Hawaii, I need to go there as well. So if anybody wants to buy me a plane ticket and some Taco Bell for the trip, it's gonna be a long trip, friends. I've got to go track down my sworn enemy. Hey, this pen is literally like just stupid. God darn it. Sorry to get angry, but holy moly. You know, what is this? A clown show? I mean, probably. It's very clowny. That's better. That's somewhat better. What do y'all like to eat for a living? I'm pretty sure I could live off of burritos for the rest of my life and be totally happy with that. Give me tortilla, give me flesh, give me some beans, give me some rice. That sounds nice. That's all. Or some kind of soup. Maybe like burrito soup or something. That sounds good. I don't know if it's even a thing, but I like burrito soup. I know I do. I just don't know if it's a thing or not. Or things, because there's several things in a burrito. It's like it's like eyeglasses. It's like, are they glasses or is it like a pair of glasses or is it, no, it's not. Because there's two spectacles, but it's one thing. So confusing. Stupid. And I was thinking about that. I was like awake at like midnight for like 3.5 hours thinking about that word. And I was just like, why? And then somebody said, why not? And I was like, what the fuck? Get out of my room. Get out of my head. And then the monster said, I'm not in your head. I'm under the bed. And I said, oh God, they rhyme now. They're rhyming. Oh! So I decided to pull weeds and go into my brain, find my happy place, and just pull some weeds. But only the ones that made people sad. So, oh yeah, I was doing this guy over here, right? That's a shoulder. And now he has a neck. And that's a collar to like a shirt or something. Let's just make the shirt really quick. And he's also wearing an undershirt. I don't know if you guys can tell, but he is. Or I guess the collar, he's wearing an overshirt. So we're gonna put an overshirt. It's really easy to draw that overshirt stuff. It's all symbols. Little lines and symbols. Or I guess little lines become symbols. Always have. Always will. Who said that? I did. Oh, you're rather close. I know. Sorry. It's okay. Once I know what I just read your comment, kindest soul. Thank you for the question. Once I sort of once I know, like this for example, this is the best maybe the best explanation I can give is that, once I see this face right here, maybe I'll zoom in a little bit. I'm sorry. Every time I try to zoom in or change things, it everything just like explodes or implodes or something. But I'll try to go a little bit closer. Um, so this face right here, I just I think to myself as I'm going, do I want to? Because I'm doing a lot of filler stuff, like this, for example. I'll be doing this over here, but I'm sort of out of my peripheral. These shapes are developing, or I'm seeing things out of the corner of my eye. That's how I live too. I live in a very peripheral way. It's so strange how I don't know. My stepdad at a very early age taught me to be like super aware of my surroundings, and I guess I kind of took that to heart because I just like memorize everything like when I see it. Anyways, and I especially shapes. I can see things almost in the dark. Like how it is like when you settle your eyes and you can just start seeing like in the dark, for example. So in a more metaphorical way, it's like that where I'll be drawing something over here and say this is like the darkness. The darkness is like this part where, you know, I need to fill in. But in the darkness, I start seeing things and they start growing. And then, like, out of the corner of my eye, I'll see an arm. Like, this thing could be an arm, for example. And it does look like an arm, right? So I'll just do this. But there's this other arm coming up here. It looks like a little gooey. It looks like one of those arms you, like, throw. You get. I gotta zoom out again. I'm sorry. This little arm up here, I was pointing at. So, like, if I'm drawing this, I could give it, like, a bicep or whatever, and then add the forearm. And just start bringing it right on up there. Just bringing like the skeleton, pulling this thing together, And then I'll leave little gaps. I don't know if you can see it. I'm really sorry, but I don't completely do a line. I leave things open. That way I can come back later, like this, for example, and bring like a vine or like another arm or fingers or something, covering that arm, like that. But the arm will still be there once everything starts filling in around it. The arm will be like more white. There'll be more dark behind it because that's what I'll like this, like these characters, for example. But in a sense, I don't know. I'm not really interested in the question, maybe, but once I see a shape and once I know that there's a head there, I have a general idea of where the body could go. For example, like this leg. Last night I was looking at this thing and I was like, oh yeah, I saw like these little vines and they were like in the shape of like this one, for example, was in the shape of the thigh. So I just used that shape to make the inner thigh. Even though it doesn't quite work because like where's the hip? But it will once it all, I don't know. It's, that's why it's art, because it's like, a lot of people plan their art. I sometimes do. Like I did sketch out a little leg there, but only because when I'm drawing live, it makes it a little bit easier. But other than that one little sketch there for the leg, I haven't, all of this is just me going to town on my imagination. And it's really just giving into my imagination and years and years of practice. I've been drawing since I was a very, very young person. Ever since I can remember. And same with like music and everything. I've had songs in my head since I was a kid, like that I've written in my head, like memorized and everything, like weird. And they sound like 80s, cheesy 80s songs because I was raised in the 80s. So they still have like these cheesy 80s saxophone and this 80s production value to them that just like, it's so corny. But my little mind, that's how it just like worked. Everything was art. Nothing was just something. Everything is anything is everything. I don't know. It's like there's these. The older I get, the more I'm like realizing that there's just so much. Plus, I did some DMT a few years, DMTs, yeah. But like things like I explore my mind, and I consider myself to be the shaman of my own temple, if you will. I have explored my mind deeply, and through sorrow, through happiness, through fear, through anger. Now I explore my mind because I'm trying to be a better person, and I hope it's making me a stronger artist because I'm getting it's getting easier to articulate my why I do this to myself anyways. I'm able to like understand what kind of an artist I am now more than ever. And I think the effortlessness too now is coming from a sense of or a lack of fear. And I'm now able more than ever to take fear or anger and turn it on its upside, on its butt, on its head or whatever. I think it's on its head, the expression. But I'm able to flip it upside down and kind of use it instead of it just taking over me. But I need to be careful because on the road here, I get quite ornery with people who are horrible drivers, especially when there's people in the car with me, and people are like being complete idiots, and it's like, are you trying to kill my mom? Hey, roll your window down. You you trying to kill my mom? You trying to kill my mom? That's how it feels sometimes because people are just so like insane, and then like literally they're turning into Starbucks. They're like doing all these zigzag things and then cutting people off to get into like a fucking Starbucks or something, and you're like, you just risked my life and the people in my freaking car and all these people around us just so you could get your stupid grande latte anima. Good on you. Hell yeah. That's the American dream right there. And I guarantee you they didn't tip. But I used to focus on those people way too much. I need to get better at ignoring them. And YouTube has helped me do that. Because there were some awful people on here at first when I used to go live. There still are. They come out of the wormwood every so often. But I figure I could show them a little bit more respect, a little more patience. And a lot of them, every once in a while, will stick around and become friends. And I encourage that. I encourage that in this day and age. Even if we're different, even if we don't look alike, even if we don't believe on every little stupid thing out there, we can still agree that people need certain things. And America does stand for something, not just against everything. That's all I'm trying to say. I think the world needs more love. And I don't believe everything I hear from the media. I don't believe anything I hear from the mainstream media. Anything. They're just fucking Pentagon, CIA talking sock puppets at this point. They've been like that for several decades. I thought of the operation too. Yesterday it like dawned on me. It's Operation Northwoods. If you think America is number one or that kind of stuff, I just want people to know where I'm coming from. Operation Northwoods. You should Google it, and then go ahead and Google Operation Paperclip, and then my friends on here would definitely start talking about MK Ultra and all these other things that they did to Americans illegally, and they still do to Americans illegally, and how much dark money there is, and that trillions of dollars go missing every year and shit to fund black projects all over the world that kill the most innocent people all over the planet, who don't care what side of the aisle people stand on, and who have nobody standing up for them or being the voice for them, because they don't even have a choice to vote, let alone drink clean water or live in a world that's not being dropped on, like being bombarded by bombs with American flags on them for profit, no less. For profit. Ironic, I guess. I don't know. Somebody, I think it was the mountain goat earlier or whatever, that said something about this my art being weird. And if my art's weird, I just think that person was very young, to be honest. But because I've never I've never heard in my life. I guess I've heard that it was weird, but the way they said it, it was just kind of like, oh, you're like 10 years old, aren't you? Um, but like I told them, it's like my art is a reflection of the world. If it's weird, it's I'm a product of the world, and I think weird is an understatement. I mean, there's terms. I think maybe they were even trying to compliment me. I took it as a compliment. I take weird as a compliment. One thing you won't find here is just going along with the herd or drawing stuff because people say to draw it. I'll draw things, when people suggest them sometimes, but they kind of almost have to earn it. Like one time, this person was like, "Draw breath," and I was like, "Oh, that's so thanks, man." And I was like, and I took a nice long deep breath, and he was like, "There you go, buddy. You're welcome." And I said, "Oh, thank you, dear, dear, doe a deer in the whatever the viewer, dear viewer, thank you so much." And he was like, "My name's not dear viewer, it's dear watcher." And I said, "That's oh my god, like again, so great." And then I cried myself to sleep. And I woke up the next day, and I was president of the United States of. Wait, what dimension is this? Huh? What? Oh, this is 6. Okay, never mind. I thought this was dimension 5. Oops. Are you okay? Okay, just want to make sure. Have y'all ever been to dimension 6? Or no? Okay. Yeah. No. Just people here can't go there yet. Okay. It's crazy. I don't even speak Dimension 6 language, and this guy behind me, he's speaking Dimension 6. And I totally understand, so I don't know what that means about me. I'm special? Oh, cool. I think he's kidding. Oh, he's gone. What the? He's gone. Okay. Oh, he's under the table. There he is. I'm wearing a skirt. Please don't. What are you doing down there? R-Crom or something? Jeez. Taking pictures? Jeez. This one is really coming along. I like this one. I've been procrastinating a lot of stuff. Like right now, I should be like cleaning this area out here, but all I want to do is draw. Whenever I have jeez, spare time. I guess it's nothing new. But I really need to just buckle on down and, well, draw. And not care. It wouldn't be such a big deal, but it's not my house. When I had a studio all to myself, my own, when I lived in Portland, I had a studio apartment, and it was a big one, so I could like really spread my stuff out, and it was a lot of fun to film and make art there and stuff. I didn't do this there. I didn't. I think this is probably, even though my setup is a little bit wonky, this is probably the best setup I've ever had so far as for YouTube and this sort of stuff. Drawing hell. This is not hell. This is a fantasy. This is a fantasy that lives inside my hellish mind. Wait, maybe it is hell. Hellicious. It's hella hell, dude. It's so rad. Caught my first tube this morning, sir. Right, yeah. It's Manchester hell. We've all been there. Right? No, okay. No big whoop. No big dong. I don't. No big dong. What the? Like the Donkey Kong. Well, you have to say the whole thing. You can't just say dong. Oh, right. Okay. Otherwise, people are gonna like. Never mind. Just drop it. Drop the dong. No, 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 no. Don't drop. Don't do that. Just stop talking about dongs, please. Right, right. Fair enough. Jeez. My cousin's here from England. Sorry. He's a little obnoxious sometimes. And when he's around, sometimes I slip into the accent as well. So it's hard. I lived there for 25,000 years, so we're the ones that built Stonehenge. It's a long story. Really, well, it's a short story. We built Stonehenge. It's a really short story. We built Stonehenge. That's it. End of story. Right. Are you inspired or something? What the hell was that? Sound like a fucking like a fire truck coming up behind somebody. Jesus. Like get out of the way. Oh gosh, I have the smeagolls. I'm sorry, friends. I mean the giggles. I have the giggles. And my chair is so stupidly loud. I need to get a better chair. And the chair's like, yeah, I agree. You're very vocal, chair. You're a very vocal chair. There's a few different ways of saying that, right? One, you're vocal. You know, you say what's on your mind. It's no big whoop, right? Two, that's quite a vocal chair. It's only two ways of saying it, friends. What's it gonna? What's it gonna be? No, 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 that's a great impression. That's a great impression, Jared. Um, I've been drawing it live. You know, maybe I don't even know like how many videos I have of me drawing on this, but I started it maybe about a week and a half ago, and I've just been picked. You know, every time I go live, or I set it aside and did other stuff too, but I've been coming back to it, and it's filling in. So basically, I'm gonna it's kind of a nice little camera shot right there. It's perfect. Because basically I'm gonna fill it in up here because it's a big, you know, 19 by 24-inch piece of like board, like matting board. But it's really nice to draw on. I just need to get new pens because these are all. I have tons of Sharpies, but they're all. I just don't want to go hunting for them while y'all are like waiting for me and stuff. But anyways, because I think I know where some are, but I know what will happen. I'll get there and they won't be there, and I'm gonna be like, ah! And everybody in the house is gonna wake up and scream, and they're gonna think there's a fire or something, and there will be because I'm gonna set a fire because I'm gonna be so angry, my eyes are gonna burst into flames, and things are just gonna start on fire, and I'm gonna be screaming, fire! Get the pets, get the photo albums, and it's just gonna be a mess. But anyways, yeah. So I'm gonna fill in up here. I kind of like put a pencil sketch around the whole border to fill in more. So I'm gonna have to, you know, it'll spread out pretty, hopefully pretty evenly. Um, and you know, I don't know. I look at this kind of stuff more as like, you know, definitely could be. You could interpret it however you want. This, especially this stuff. But for me, it's more like they're like dreams, you know, or like amalgamations of just like everything, like a collage of like childhood memories or something like that. You know, like from like movies or like Fawns or something like from like a Legend, the movie Legend. Like I saw that stuff. I saw like movies like that when I was like probably far too young to see like, because you know I remember like the animal, the unicorn being killed in the beginning, even though it gets fixed later and stuff, which is cool. Like, and that's what I think too. I was thinking about with all the new movies coming out and how they change everything and whatever. I don't know. Maybe it's just that I'm old fashioned and grew up with those movies. But the more I think about it, the more I think about how important those movies were because they taught me like that life could be like taken away at any moment and like to appreciate things and to not hurt nature. I mean, even something as simple as the movie Legend, not simple, but the idea of it, you know, like that there's these things that you just don't hurt, and then but there are creatures that will, like the Joker, will just want to watch the world burn. You got to watch out for those people, but in the meantime, you can't give those people your power. You know, people are powerful. You can't let psychopaths. We shouldn't let psychopaths rule the world, but we do. Psychopaths don't feel anything. We need people that actually feel stuff to be in office or to actually make a difference, but that's not how the system works. So we're destined to live in, some of us live in hell every day. I don't. Even if I did, I would hope that I would choose to use my imagination for better things than dwelling in it. But I'm lucky where I'm at in life right now that I even have a place to draw, sit out here and draw. And I'm very grateful for everything that's been given to me. But I know what hell is. I know what my hell was for a long time. It didn't look like this. This is more like a wet dream. Hell is being ignored by the people you love, or being left by feeling like you've been left behind by the world. Working hard to all your life just to wake up one day and realize that nothing you were taught or anything you ever believed in, none of it is real. Nothing. And that's when I realized it was all about perspective. And that hell is everywhere. And heaven is everywhere as well, you know? Everywhere you want to be. But I think perspective is like my word of the year. Because some people have it all and they live in hell. And some people have nothing and they're some of the greatest philosophers of all time. They live in a barrel, you know? What was it? What was his name? The dude that lived in the barrel, Oscar the Grouch. But emperors envied him, you know? He lived in a fucking barrel. So I think, you know, if you see hell, that's totally fine, because maybe you can, if you see stuff that and I'm not saying you do, or whatever, I'm just saying hypothetically, you know, if you did, I think that's really interesting. I think a lot of the time too, black and white art does that because it immediately sort of just like puts all of the characters into like the same sort of, on the same level, you know what I mean? But the more you look at it, my friend, like the more things will pop out at you. And the more people see demons, the more I see angels, you know. Because, you know, in the Bible, the angels actually look quite quite different than how people think they are. Even in the most basic of senses, in the most simplest of ways that they're different than people portray them usually, is that most angels, I'm pretty sure, have 12 fingers and 12 toes. I didn't know that for a long time. I didn't know that until 2011. But I started drawing all my people, all my characters in my drawings with 12 fingers and 12 toes back in 2008. or no, it was 2009, I think, when I really started doing it. And I consciously just started drawing all of my characters with 6 fingers on each hand and 6 toes. And it's like that, so it's like I see that so much in my art, and I look at people's hands sometimes and I feel like people are missing a digit. So stupid. But it's just it was maybe something at first too. I was thinking, because if somebody ever tried to copy my stuff or like whatever, or use it steal it or something and like try to sell it, it could easily be identified because of me adding extra fingers to my characters and stuff. It's like a trademark. But it's so subtle that you would probably never even know. Some people realize it and they're like, you messed up, you drew something. I'm like, oh, thank you. And then I call security. Have them shown out. Because sometimes they don't get close enough to the trapdoor for me to push the button. It's all about perspective. That being said, I do need to go and get ready for the day. Ish. I'm working around 10 o'clock, and I'm probably go to the ocean first and hang out for a minute. So, happy Thursday, everybody. I hope you're, wherever you are, you're safe and sound, and hope your family is safe and soundly. And hope you find a little bit of joy in the world today. And spread some love. Hey, Pastor. That's funny. Thanks, man. You too, right? No, maybe. Or did you just get to work? But yeah, I gotta try to organize this room out here. I actually was listening to Devo earlier, and I kind of like messed it up a little bit. I threw things around. So there's a song called "Gut Feeling" by Devo. If you've never heard it, you'll know what I mean. But anywho, take care, everybody. I'll definitely talk to you later tonight, and or if not sooner. So peace be with you. Bye.